Sun, and 2016, the last time Atlanta won a playoff series, the last since then. Odyssey Sims, one of those who was signed late. Now offensively, this is a great matchup. Boston against Jones.
Just a fun matchup, but for the Indiana Fever to get an interior bucket from Aaliyah Boston.
Drew Jones right back in, slapped away by Boston. Injury list. Indiana has 6 players on theirs. Hull with the miss.
Hack of Indiana's offense.
Canada attacks herself and gets the
first shot inside the restricted area in game 1, right around the cup. That's
another chance for Boston. The double coming from Hillman. Lost the first foul call of the game. Eric Rutan, Randy Richardson, and Angelica Suffren.
Yeah, and Aaliyah Boston got into foul trouble down the stretch in a game where and both of these teams will look to isolate their bigs. There's a lot of physicality
in that game. Canada drives against Hull. Touch
had the advantage in quickness.
Terrific cut by Hull and a good find. Boston is
the opportunity to generate some offense for her team on a night where all the good news for the Indiana.
Indiana's so good at home offensively. The Dream very good defensively, especially Atlanta after starting her career in Connecticut. And that's a hold. Ryan Howard
had the finish there for Bree Jones.
Ryan Howard called for her first foul. Sims. Kicking it out to Nas Hillman, and this is what
really good take by Lexi Hull. She has to respect her on the three-point line, and on the closeout, she's looking to attack.
As we look at our upcoming WNBA national TV schedule, it is New York, Minnesota at Golden State. Go to WNBA.com or the WNBA app. Vegas has now won 17 straight, including the regular season.
Point sets so far to just take open drive to the rim. See that, right? Kelsey Mitchell for 3.
Had to do so.
An open 3 for the lefty. She is always moving, trying to get. Hey, you know I'm going there. we got Odyssey on the floor. Alicia Gray.
Shot clock winding down. They need a shot. That was good deep.
Live. She is really shifty off of the bounce. Watch here. I mean, there's.
Stephanie White was just gushing about what
humble, thoughtful. You couldn't ask for a greater teammate at the end of this year. And Jordan, Canada, there is no answer.
I've accounted for all 8 points as Canada draws this.
We're just going to drive the middle of the floor because we've got the quickness to do that.
And has taken this team to a franchise best 30 wins.
BG checks in just in time to impact that rebound and tap it out.
Second straight game. Again, she had never come off the bench.
And get the ball out of Ryan Howard's hand.
Mitchell with all that speed. Trying to get it into Griner. It's kicked. So they put another set. Minnesota, Vegas, certainly, and they're as hot as they are.
You need to play a lottery ticket for me. So good.
Over to Howard.
He's methodical, to say the least. Hour long. Woo.
Hillman didn't even look to shoot. And that is a turnover. And a couple of the Michaela Timpson in the game as well, the rookie out of Florida State.
He is their toughness. She is their all-out blue player. So others are going to have to step up. Ball movement, using both sides of the floor.
Howard. Basket does not count. Shot clock violation. Just not.
We're looking at the light.
The light.
Yeah.
The ball is still. Howard. Chancy pass, only taking 1 shot. This is the other Howard, Natasha for Indiana.
This is what Indiana needs off of the bench. A spark.
In game 1, but she showed that on that 3-point play. She did drag a foot, and they got her.
If you're Steph White, I mean, you mentioned Ryan Howard's taking 1 shot. Alicia Gray.
Mitchell uses her quickness to get around Griner, but couldn't finish. I-fold this year. Here she goes.
Action, and that's happened to him a couple times with Kelsey Mitchell. You can't get lost.
Get into the swing of things. Bree Jones got off to a quick start and
laps to get that steal.
Oh, Howard. Petty misses the 3. Good job by Turner to try. Not connecting, and Alicia Gray got behind everybody. Ready? Shot clock at 5, and she hits. Howard with the back cut. Lexi Hall and Aaliyah Boston to come into the game as they reset the
Kelsey Mitchell.
And with her speed, plenty of time. That was a good look. Howard, right off the bat, gets a bucket.
Perfect. Great call.
Game 1. Ryan has 2 games this year where she's hit 9. Going coast to coast. She got mugged.
Off of a pin-down screen by Bree Jones, and the defense doesn't react, and driver she is. We know she's a fantastic three-point shooter, but her driving...
An underrated defender. Gets one out of...
Ladies, well, Ryan Howard, I put in the effort there. She said, I know that I am known for being a three-point shooter, but
That's why this defense is top number 2 in the WNBA.
Odyssey Sims, boy, it's a turnover fest to start the second quarter. 4 quarters just try to steal a few extra seconds, but with this start to the second quarter, she has to come.
Handler in the offense, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's got to be exhausting. Hillman.
I also want to note, Pam, that it was just a something. And so that's tough in trying to develop chemistry. Commendable.
Bree Jones called for that last foul. Atlanta, they are 0 for 5 as Atlanta from 3. Boston goes right. Howard guarded by Hollow, has to be careful with 2 fouls. We have more WN.
Continuing her dominance in that game 1 with 29 points.
Vegas getting the number 2 seed. They won as many games. Coffee driving on Howard. This side, Boston was able to save it. And then Boston up, under, and in. Mitchell, they have played all games, every game this year.
For Aaliyah Boston, just bodying up, using her strength to muscle
in. And there you see all those players in street clothes. Hurt her foot in the same game. Good defensive sequence. Tough second foul to pick up for Boston.
Especially the way they've been battling. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but you're right.
It's in the game right now. Hull got a little bit closer to the basket. Games around that 40% mark. They didn't hit that in game 1.
And you know how much they like to get threes up.
Atlanta,
one of the best streakers up the floor. Howard's an excellent rim runner.
In the quarter, and they get a moving stream. Part of the season and in the playoffs.
Yeah, that elbow gets turned
down. Good patience by 11, their largest lead of the series. They led by 9 in the first quarter. Transition, but Bree Turner comes in.
Bree Turner, she fits there.
In her 7th year out of Notre Dame. Challenging Reiner, nope, she gets it out to Sims. Good look, but she missed it.
Has been beating Atlanta to the spots on loose balls.
That would be the second on Natasha Howard if it holds up. It's a 10. Boston. Atlanta has only scored 5. Travel call.
And Hull's been able to stay in the game despite
using that motion a lot tonight over on the bench. Calling for those travels, she finally got one.
When Pow Pow comes into the game, she can really stretch the...
Coming over to try to help, but reached in. And that's the foul call. Sims just holding on to the ball. Alicia Gray with just 2 points. And Ryan C. Mitchell with the good defense. Boston for 3. Front rims it.
That's what they did so well. Picking up pace in game 1.
And then the pass to Bree Jones, broken up. Back-to-back buckets for Hillman, who always brings the energy. So the ball goes back over to the Dream. Beautiful pass from Kent. Boston bottled up, but found tip.
Gave Aaliyah Boston an option.
For Indiana.
And you got to credit the aggressiveness on both ends by the Indiana Fever. But this
Points in the first game. Combined, 20 apiece. Mitchell, so quick. Turner, not known for her offense. A little flat-footed. Gray missed the 9 from 3 in this game. Shot clock is off. Basket. Gray hits Atlanta's first.
Find him on the first side of offense. Atlanta's too good defensively. We got to be willing to be ball movers.
Was down by as many as 11 points in that second.
the contact from that angle. This is called a foul there. That's big to happen for
Tillman taking it right to Boston.
Said we have to find ways to mix it up. We have too much of a balanced approach of getting it on the inside and still going to the rim. And we just saw Ryan Howard finish at the rim there. She said they have to worry about that.
But I agree in terms of the balance of their offense. It won't just be from three. Even
Mitchell just hit that three. In this series, she is 5 from 10 from distance. The rest of her teammates brilliant all season long. Gets the pass to Howard.
Canada couldn't get to it. There's the ball screen and the switch. And
up the foul. So home goes out with 4 fouls, 3 points. Howard. Sims trying to get it into Boston, who was
opportunities to do that in the first half, and they missed it. And
Mitchell passed up the shot, drive, hits it. Alicia Gray. And then on the other end, good defense on Bree Jones. Hillman left open. Yeah, Boston wants to take things over right now. Sims, is she going to challenge Bree Jones? She does. Her third personal foul after that scrum.
She's swinging there and trying to pinpoint the contact.
Had unsuccessful
The current play is under
challenges.
review for a possible upgrade to a flagrant.
To hit Natasha Howard in the face. She was just trying to clear the back.
Naz Hillman so Alicia Gray comes over and she got
Ryan gets a tip on that, and then
not called a foul, and Eric Bruton got it on the backside. Howard bounce pass perfectly to Hillman and finish.
On this end.
Yeah, there's so many things for this team. Odyssey Sims. Boston decided not to pull the trigger. Mitchell the better option.
The Atlanta Dream players there, and that might be another foul on Naz Hillman. How she got the initial rebound, I have no clue.
Somewhat of an iffy call on Hillman, but you have to give so much credit. She's doing the assignment so far, Angel Gray.
Absolutely on her feet. She actually told the front row, where are you? We need you. Get on your feet. This is the energy. Do it enough.
Boston, fadeaway against Jones. Jones bottled up.
The tie-up by Boston, a little activity afterwards.
Tipped. What a game. Atlanta down 3. Fever still hanging on, even though they've missed their last 6.
Just been a tough-it-out kind of contest.
Mitchell misses from the corner. Bree Jones over to Coffey, slices in. Inside. Canada hits the deck.
Howard comes off a ball screen, finds.
Aerial Powers has been called for the 7th foul. You see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Makes contact to the face of Jordan.
Passes it out. Coffey.
Advantage of those opportunities as the defense is
Play to get going. She started by Petty. Takes it right.
We got Indiana Fever on a 7-0 run.
Alicia Gray being guarded by Shea Petty. And another.
We don't get any more layups off our main shots, though. My God, those balls, we gotta be smart right here.
What a coaching job. So many losses due to injury on this roster. This team could have given up along for coaches like Charleston Nesco and obviously Natalie McCaffey has also done outstanding stuff. But the minute that Nas Hillman leaves, she takes the...
She and Aaliyah Boston have accounted for 30 of the 50 points. Natasha Howard. Somehow! The frantic pace. And now Atlanta is in the bonus for the rest of the quarter.
11. And they played probably the worst out of it. They have got to get stopped to keep this crowd out of the game.
Holloway, Powers. Yeah, she might have double dribbled there. That's great tonight. Just 7 points. 2 of them in this. There she is. Mitchell, bounce pass. Natasha Howard, and it rolls in.
3 championships, and she's playing like it.
Reiner with that, you just can't. Ryan Howard guarding Kelsey Mitchell on the other side of the floor. That is 3 on her. Turner. Got it. Back to Boston. Mismatch against Alicia Mitchell. Lexi Hall. Very good. To corner for Indiana in a game they have to win.
That are setting the team up, that are an extension of the coach, that are leaders. It's just
You're doing this. She looked at you and said the core group has been resilient and flexible. We saw that.
an opportunity. But the first thing that Ryan Howard said to us today was,
Pam Ward, China Robinson, and Angel Gray joining you from a very loud Gainbridge Field. This best-of-3 series. But they have really has just picked up her 5th foul. Unparalleled support and dedication toward uplifting the league, and W winding down. Boston needs an outlet but could not connect with Hull. Here, so this is her first home playoff game in her brilliant career.
Atlanta arguing that the ball was out on the fever.
Off her warm-up jacket. And Atlanta, they've been frustrated.
Time getting stops.
Leah Boston, a 12-0 run now as the timeout is taken.
Step up their defense. Indiana is shooting 46% from the field. Has to lock in right now if they want to get back in, and they've got to score some points.
Odyssey Sims, 15 straight points now for Indiana. Nice Hillman. Lexi Hall got a block by BG. Seattle, one of the top contenders certainly for MVP along with Atlanta. Spin move.
Drive to the rim like that for Atlanta that they haven't gotten to go in this last
16 seconds to shoot. Coffey and Jordan Canada coming back in. So
involved.
So both Howard and Gray on that pass was not on target, but Caldwell fouled from behind and ordered it out. Nice block by Pow Pow, and the shot does not grit. And it looks like they're going to force a game 3. There's a 3 playoffs. Sims over her former teammate. Now our upcoming WNBA national TV schedule, you don't have to roam.
Of course, everyone's holding their breath, waiting to see if Breanna Stewart, who is feeling at her best before that moment.
And so we talked about in the second half. Steph White's team in 2016 catching the building tonight. Pow Pow is giving them some
minutes. You want to see your team continue to fight, execute.
To Tori Walker for Steph White to shut those 2 stars down and get them some rest.
Absolutely.
Scored more than 15 points in any quarter in this game. Shooting just their 2 stars sitting down. With all of the injuries for Indiana. Sims from Reiner working on Turner. In the very beginning in this game, they got the first bucket and haven't looked back. They got to within 3 in the third quarter, but then Indiana took over.
There is only one for the Indiana Fever in double figures. All right, this is the playoffs. Tough game 2 on the road.
Aerial Powers. We go inside of 2 minutes. Pow. It's earlier when the game was close.
Know what will happen in that game 3. Both of these teams have had their stretches of looking, and they know everything they've been through this season with injuries. And for this team,
they're injured over there, just some of them. With Atlanta. Bree Hall in from the line. Atlanta just 5 of 10. Here in the fourth quarter, Powers gets it off just in time.
Tim has come in and been efficient with her minutes.
You need that. 6 rebounds off the bench. Powers also with 6 rebounds. Doing all those for Indiana. Their first home playoff game, and as everybody gets on their feet here in Atlanta to just 38% shooting from